I'm right here on Fort Myers Beach, and you know, this is probably the most quiet it's been all day. Since this morning, we've heard the construction crews going up and down the streets, sirens up and down Estero Boulevard. We've seen the cranes and just all of this destruction that you can see that we're standing in right now. And after speaking with the neighbors and businesses here, you know, facing this serious destruction from Hurricane Ian, they say that they have big decisions to make, and it becomes complicated when it comes to insurance and what exactly is covered.
People can't believe it. I've been through Charlie and everything since 1960.
Ron Stutzman and I standing on what's left of Lahana Inn Resort 3 weeks after Hurricane Ian hit. Very familiar with this property, as he tells me he bought this property back in 1978. He says owners will prepare to vote in the next 60 days about what happens next.
Whether they want to continue and try to rebuild, which would cost a lot of money because of the situation nowadays. They're going to go to 21 feet above sea level. They're going to use Miami standards maybe, and it's going to be very expensive, and it won't be anything like the individual buildings we had.
Many wondering what this area will look like in the future. But before that can even happen, people here still don't have power as they deal with insurance questions now.
Everybody's going to learn what the difference is between flood damage and hurricane damage and how they work together. But I've heard you have to argue with both to get everything that you can get covered. Not everything's going to be covered, like debris.
Curtis Ferris tells me the home here has been in his family for decades. He recently paid thousands of dollars to get the debris picked up. He's now also concerned about mold and the 50% rule.
Most people are going to have a problem with the 50% rule.
Meaning if more than half of the home is damaged, it must be rebuilt up to new code and elevation standards.
The structure, if they're going to be able to rebuild or not. They marked this 25% damage. They marked him next door over 50% damage. So he'll have to have a full appraisal, and that appraisal cannot come in over 50%, or he can't rebuild. He's going to have to. He can't rebuild it from here. He'll have to knock it down and go by code.
Yet, even facing tough decisions ahead, most I spoke with are staying positive.
I think it'll build up better and bigger than you ever can imagine. It's going to take quite a few years. It isn't going to be real soon. And everybody in the United States knows about Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel now. So
today, you can see just how much of the debris still remains in the sand. That's why it's still not safe to access the beaches. Of course, neighbors still cleaning up. I've seen so many cars that are still in the water on the canals. It's hard to imagine just how long it'll take to rebuild Fort Myers Beach. And again, neighbors here and businesses concerned with that 50% rule going forward. Live on Fort Myers Beach, Elyse Chengery, Fox 4.